Hey, you guys, this is JR with Miami Corvette Parts. I just want to talk a little bit about C5 and C6 Corvettes. For those guys who are thinking of buying one, I'm just going to give you a little bit of difference between both cars and see. Maybe I can help you all make a decision which car to get at the time of buying one, since the price difference between both of those are, a lot. Production wise, from 97 to 2004, the C5, GM created about 30,000 cars per year, to be a total of around 250,000 cars for that running time. Now, when it comes to Corvette C6, they went from 05 to 2013. Roughly, they build the same amount of cars per year, about 30. But the total amount of C6 that were built were around 215,000 cars for those years that they were building those cars. Now, what's the difference between both cars? Well, when it comes to acceleration, obviously the C6 is a little bit faster. We're going to talk about the 2001 to 2004 and the 2008 to 2013 Corvettes, which those are base models, not the CO6, okay, or the CO1s in the case of the C6, but the base models, the regular C5 and the regular C6. And the reason why I'm doing those 2001 to 2004 and 08 with to 2013 is because those were the years that C5 had the most horsepower, and also the C6 with the LS3. Corvette had 350 horsepower with 360 foot of torque. The C6 Corvette has 430 with 425 torque. So that's the difference. So obviously there is a little bit more horsepower in a C6 than there is in a C5. Now, 0 to 60, according to Roaring Track, and several magazines out there that tested those cars, the Corvette, it's about 0 to 64.5 seconds, versus the C6 is in between 3.9 and 4 seconds. So there's a half a second difference in the 0 to 60 mark. Braking. Now, braking is very surprising. Braking is the same. They both brake the same way. I know why. Actually, the calipers on both cars are pretty much the same. Okay, the disc and calipers are the same. The suspension of both cars are practically the same. Just on the C6, the rear suspension is a little bit different because of the wheel spacing, but the front is the same as the C5 pretty much. And also because of the weight, the Corvette comes out, the C6 is about 20 pounds lighter than the C5. Just 20 pounds, not that much. So when it comes to braking, it's practically the same. There is no difference between the C5 and the C6. Also, what I can tell you about price, C5, you can get out of C5, good condition. Let's talk about around 65,000 miles, okay? 70,000 miles. Let's go from there. You can get a Corvette C5 with those kind of miles in good shape. I would say, between $16,000 to $18,000. C6, you're gonna be paying about 10 grand more just for the same type of, mileage. Around 70,000 miles. You'll be paying a little bit more. Obviously, that's gonna depends where you live at. The price in Florida and California are not the same as in Georgia or New York. So, but going with a market value out there, okay. People tend to sell the Corvettes a little bit higher because they think that their car is worth more, but you'll be paying about 10 grand more. And the reason why I'm giving you all these numbers is so you could see the difference between one and the other, okay? Now, in my case, my personal, I like the body of the C5 more than I do the C6. I think for me the C6 is, you know, it's kind of shot on the back, like they kicked the ass of the car, all right. And the Corvette C5 is a little bit longer on the back, so I like that. I like the pop-up headlights, very traditional on the C5. I think for me it's one of the best built that Corvette ever made with the C5. I think the technology, the mechanically, when they first came with that LS1 engine, if you go and read up about the history of the LS1, you'll be surprised that almost never made it, and when it did, it just broke everything out there. I mean, that's the LS1, then the LS3, I mean the LS1, LS2, LS3 came after that, but all came based on the LS1 engine that was built. So for the reason I'm giving you this video, so you could make a decision, and mechanically those both cars are about the same thing. What goes wrong on them are about the same thing, okay, mechanically. Electrical wise, you got a little bit more technology on the C6, especially on the inside, a little bit more modern, you know, nicer looking than the C5, better product than the C5, and better finish than the C5. But overall, the C5 is a little bit more spacious inside. So then the C6, all these things makes a little bit of difference at the time of you know, you getting a Corvette, because you're thinking of getting one. And right now, you know, they're pricing up in a way that, you know, they're affordable to a lot of people out there to get a C5 or a C6. So if you like the way it looks, the C5, and you don't care so much about the difference on torque and horsepower, because there's a little bit of different, you know, it's about 25% more on a C6 than a C5, okay? But handling, pretty much the same. Braking, pretty much the same. Curve ratio, pretty much the same. A little bit better on the C6, but not really that much, okay? The difference is very, very little. So if you're looking for, if your favorite Corvette is a C5, and you're thinking, well, maybe I get a C6 because it's more modern and it has a little bit more power, and but I really like the C5, man. I like the way it looks. Buy the C5 because really 0 to 60, it's only 5 seconds difference. Braking, it's about the same. Weight ratio, it's about the same. Curve ratio, it's about the same. So there's really not much difference between both cars, but there is a big difference on price. So you'll be paying at least 10 grand more for a C6 around 70,000 miles than you will on a C5. So this is you know, something that you have to think about when you're buying a Corvette, if you're thinking of getting one. And if you like my videos, guys, just thumbs up and hit like. That's gonna help. Subscribe if you want to follow me and get all the videos that I put out there.